comes to planting peppers, there's a few steps you need to follow in order to have a better chance of success come midsummer and late summer. First, you want a good, healthy plant. Now, whether you buy this or you have started it already indoors, if you buy one, you want to try to get the healthiest looking one, and preferably one without flowers or small peppers on it. You can remove those flowers and peppers at the time of planting, and that's what's recommended because that plant is going to go through a shock stage whenever you put it into its new home, whether it's a raised bed, traditional ground garden, or a container garden. And it's best to just remove those fruits and flowers so it can restart its whole cycle again. Now, what we've done here, we've worked this bed. You want it as weed-free as possible and as nutrient-packed as possible as well. We've added some coffee grounds that we got from a local coffee roaster into the bed, and we're adding compost on top of that. Coffee grounds is about 2% nitrogen, and that will help the pepper grow. You don't want an excessive amount of nitrogen because then the pepper will be a big bush but have very little fruit production, so you want to keep that in mind. So we got our hole dug here. We are going to add some fertilizer, an organic-based fertilizer, according to the recommended rate. Now, you can do this, or if you feel that your soil is good enough, you don't need to do this. You can bypass this step. Now, removing a plant from a container is one of the most important steps of this whole procedure. You don't want to grab on the stalk and yank it out. That simply is going to disrupt and tear up the roots of any plant that you're removing. You want to put your hand over the device that the plant is in, tip it upside down, squeeze it, and let it come out. Now, this one we started from seed several months ago, and you can see the white roots. Everything's good. It's not root bound. It's not root bound is when it's circularly wrapped around and very densely packed. So it's not that, and that's a good sign. So now I'm just going to put it in the hole. I am going to put a little compost on top of the fertilizer so the roots don't come directly in contact with the fertilizer immediately, just to ease into it. Now, peppers, unlike tomatoes, do not need to be planted deep. Tomatoes you plant extremely deep so all the hair follicles on the stem can create roots. With a pepper, there are no hair follicles on the roots. Now, you can bury it about 3/4 of an inch deeper than what is in the container. You will get some roots around the base, but nothing up the stalk like you would a tomato. So now we're going to backfill, and you want to plant your tomatoes when the soil temperature is 55, 60 degrees minimum, preferably 60 degrees, and you want to be sure you have these plants hardened off. Brought them outside from their current home to get acclimated to the ambient outdoor temperature. And you want to make sure nighttime temperatures don't fall below 55, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That can really hamper the development of the plant. So now that we've got it planted, you want to water it in, and then you also want to add some type of mulch. Dry grass clippings, shredded leaves, shredded paper, something around the base in order to help hold that moisture in the plant. The more moisture you have around the roots, the better that plant's going to be, the more healthier and happier and more productive your plant will be, and the better chance you'll get some very beautiful peppers come this summer.